let it rain. Please don't start us up. Got that black and white, that yin and yang. Mr. Officer, please don't search us, we don't got a thing. Tell her park it up, then that ass be poking out them jeans up and sparking up. Like the fireworks, I keep the flame. Heard you barking up. It's the wrong tree, I got the strings. Yeah, I'm charging up. They can't keep up, got them looking drained. Now they walking up, trying to put the face to the name. Pull up and I and I'm swerving. If a nigga try to holler, she gon' curve him. We came from under buzz like a Persian. We been staying in our lane, ain't no merging. Wrap a nigga like a motherfucking turban. Yeah, these niggas all square like Irvin. Yeah, we grew up in the hood, no Suburbans. If I say I need my money, then it's urgent. Yeah, they want me to quit. Yeah, they want me to shift. But as long as I'm alive, we gon' keep on making hits. While they steady shooting bricks, man, it's lit. Yeah, it's lit. Me and Dale back to back, and yeah, I'm dishing the assist. Yeah, they talk a lot of shit, but we really with the shits. Lame ass niggas always gonna be reaching for they hit. Smoke a nigga like a clip. They can never catch me slipping. Every time your girl around, she be watch the way I'm dripping. Try your luck, test me in again, we let it rain. Please don't start us up. Got that black and white, that yin and yang. Mr. Officer, please don't search us, we don't got a thing. Tell her park it up, then that ass be poking out them jeans up and sparking up. Like the fireworks, I keep the flame. Heard you barking up. This the wrong tree, I got the strings. Yeah, I'm charging up. They can't keep up, got them looking drained. Now they walking up, trying to put the face to the name. I'm in flex mode with the best, though. That's a major key, that's a chess move. I'm your favorite G, I think it's best, yo. Stop with all the grilling, I'm on jet fuel. Taking off, clear the runway, now they cannot clip my wings. Yeah, they soft, they ain't homie, they ain't even on the scene. Play it smart, they don't know me, they just know what they see. What it costs to get flea, but this style ain't free. This that swag, this that splash. One wrong move, that's your ass. Do the dash, keep a stash, just in case they tryna flash. Never lag, we don't slack, tell her eyes running back. I don't brag, I'm relaxed, I'm not into all of that, yeah. It's really just the fam and my dogs. I just gotta make a call. I ain't into all that chatting, not at all. Yeah, I put that on the squad. We been out here going hard. We on deck, please don't make 'em. Go and try your luck, test me in again, we let it rain. Please don't start us up. Got that black and white, that yin and yang. Mr. Officer, please don't search us, we don't got a thing. Tell her park it up, then that ass be poking out them jeans up and sparking up. Like the fireworks, I keep the flame. Heard you barking up. It's the wrong tree, I got the strings. Yeah, I'm charging up. They can't keep up, got them looking drained. Now they walking up, trying to put the face to the name.
Hey, Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a stick up. She picture perfect, so I told him I'ma flick up. Bill, I'm in the mood for a change up. I leave the city and return with my change up. They got amnesia, don't remember how they played us. They wanna knock me down, but somehow I just stay up.
Look, straight from the mud like Ruby. Straight to the stage, they love me. I understand they hungry, but please don't hate, that's ugly. I've been sliding, shaking, moving. I've been popping in my city. Shawty say she love the way we do it with me. I be too turned up to ever give a fuck. I ain't come to argue, let a nigga fuck. They been talking pennies, I need bigger bucks. About to catch a flight, I need to switch it up. Got that black boy joy, might do my dance on him. Take no disrespect, might put my hands on him. Hit this chicken, now she wanna marry me. But she gon' need some closure and some therapy. Came back to the city with my bank account on F. Giving rappers hell, I know they happy that I left. Hit the south in winter, I just put down my deposit. 82 degrees, I left that jacket in my closet.
Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a stick up. She picture perfect, so I told him I'ma flick up. Bill, I'm in the mood for a change up. I leave the city and return with my change up. They got amnesia, don't remember how they played us. They wanna knock me down, but somehow I just stay up.
Hey, look, came in with the what's that? Left out with the who she. Laying game game like 2D. I been kicking shit like Bruce Lee. Margarita to the brim tip. Black denim need a slim fit. Same people that I flex with be the ones that I'm in the gym with. I'm a living legend, you a dead cause, and I'm dead ass. No, I'm dead, right? Leaving early, but I'm here night. Long and short to keep the head right. Teed up out in Malibu, got sand all in my good shoes. Press a nigga with the pessimism, but I only came for the good news. I am the show that they came for, hitting the target I aim for. We been discussing the contract, just telling they get what they paid for. I am not fucking with poverty, really it started to bother me. I need the yacht with the property, they come with the view that you gotta see. Came up from the basement, hit the rooftop with a passion. Bad bitch with some good credit and a good sense for the fashion. Dope blowing with the left hand, ass gripping with the right hand. Uber share to the airport, I'ma hit you back when my flight
Bill, I'm
land.
in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that say stick up. She picture perfect, so I told him I'ma flick up. Bill, I'm in the mood.
I think you only love me cause I'm poppin'. This a layup, this a rebound, then it's robbing. Tyson with the fade, not the hair, my hands rockin'. When I link with ballpoint, you know it's knockin'. I'm not the same. Thinking money made me change, nothing else to blame. Bougie stuck up in my way, singing Gucci gang. Gucci gang, think I'm Gucci Mane. I'm just playing in the cut, I got my Vans on. I'm not selfish, I get on and put my mans on. Always greedy since the day I got my first safe. 5'7", but I'm 6'8" when I stand on the money pals. Need a money counter, I broke my thumb from thumbing down. Wifey on my line, she told me to dumb it down. Mama on my line, asking how I'm dumbing now. I think you only love me cause I'm poppin'. This a layup, this a rebound, then it's robbing. Tyson with the fade, not the hair, my hands rockin'. When I link with
What's going on? Come on.
Yes. I cannot say what's wrong or right. No. It's not hard to fool me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes. Yeah.
Welcome back.
I follow. No need to say. No. Where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge
In the
of
chat
it all.
room.
To the edge of it all.
Age, city, gender.
So tell
Come
me
on.
good night. 'Cause I'll buy no matter what. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Ooh. So tell me good night. 'Cause I'll buy no matter what. Ooh. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. It's not a problem. 'Cause I know what I'm getting into.
It's not a problem.
Yeah. And nothing can stop me. 'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say. Where we are heading now, babe.
Let's see what we got going.
I follow to the edge of it all. So tell you good night.
Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? There we go. There we go. There we go.
Susceptible
Detroit 45.
before the
Shaquille, be nice, stay classy. Godfather's working. That's right.
So tell you good night.
Lights up. What are we doing? How we doing tonight, everybody? Welcome back to your favorite show on YouTube here lately. I'm going to assume it's been your favorite because a lot of people seem to be digging the show right now. Lights up. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. Shout out to the CIA, the confident, intelligent, and assertive men out there. One love to the FBI, those feminine, beautiful, inspirational women out there. Welcome back, everybody. Tonight we're going to get into it. Let's see who we got in here. Jason Jenkins, 41-year-old from New York. Young Jay 216, 28 from Cleveland. Jedi Mac back on the moderator reins. Dudes are well, my friend. 36-year-old from Manhattan. Patrick said we're loving the show. All right, see, here's what's going on. Some general rules, housekeeping, and everything like that. Guys, we're going to have people come over from time to time who are not familiar with the platform, who are new to the show, and that's cool. All that I ask is that everybody comes over here and they just act like they got some home training. We be nice to you if you'll be nice to us, you know. Nobody is over here, you know, being mean, tyrannical. But you can't talk crazy about me in the chat room. You darn sure can't talk crazy about other content creators in the chat room. That's not going to work. The only thing I really ask everybody to do is hit that like button. Hit that like button. Likes are free. So we can keep the show moving and grooving. There's been a couple of updates to the system, so I'm checking everything, making sure we're good. Otasia, where you at, girl? Come back, Otasia. Come back, Nikki. Come back. The Godfather wanna grind. Where's Otasia, man? Otasia done left us, y'all. Otasia done left us. So tonight, what are we gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about something that needs to be discussed. I don't know if you caught my last show, but it was a pretty good show. Check it out. In my last show, I went over several, topics, several different things about what women get wrong about being high value. Shout out to Jupiter Black for the $5 super chat. $5 cash out. Look, man, women get a whole gang of stuff wrong when it comes to being high value. Let me go ahead and put Cash App right here. Because Cash App comes through, and I want to start acknowledging the people in Cash App. Let me go ahead and read through the quick super chats here, too. Raphael Williams came through with a let's get ready to rumble. When you get 50, you get the explosion. Black Wolf coming through consistently, $5 as usual. Showtime, JD. He said, salute to Charles Faulkner. Shaquille came through with the be nice, stay classy. Godfather's working. He gets the double bomb. All right, then we get Fight the Power. We get JD again. It more. Profits over wages double up again, and Jupiter Black. Man, here's the thing, man. Okay. Your Godfather's here, and I need to be clear. Whether or not I did it on purpose, I didn't do this on purpose, but apparently I introduced this thing called high value into the conversation in a much larger way, and I have to take responsibility for that, right? Why? Because everybody and their mama seems to be talking about high value. And I'm going to tell you, people are getting this thing all wrong. I've heard men talk about it, and I've heard women talk about it. So let me go ahead, and in lieu of the book coming out, I'm going to go ahead and put the tenets of high value up on the screen right now. The basic principles. You need to have the money. $10,000 a month. $10,000 a month for at least 60 months. That's 5 years. You have to have the money, and you have to have it for a certain length of time, around 5 years. You can't just have a good year. You don't want to be Jeremy Lin up in this mug. Also, where your money comes from needs to be of note. Can't flip it out your trunk. People need to understand, oh, you're the vice president of mergers and acquisitions of Smith Barney? Cool. We kind of understand what that is. You're the head of thoracic surgery? Cool. But when you just say I'm an entrepreneur, people don't know what that means. Also, you got to have group acceptance. Group acceptance. Which glass do we want to use tonight? Not that one. We want the double old fashioned. Let's do the double old fashioned tonight. You got to have group acceptance. You know, if I came into the gym and I considered myself to be a workout man, you know, a gym rat, and I went into the local gym and I saw Charles Faulkner in there being swole up as he is, there going to be other swole up dudes over there. If I call myself a dedicated gym rat, guys from the gym should have to know, he looks like he belongs in our tribe. Like it or not, group acceptance. You have to have a network. And this is what jacks most people up. That network means you can be rich, you can have a lot of money as an individual. You can have it for a certain length of time, and you can look like you belong in a group. But if you don't have a network of other high value men, you have no use to the group. If everybody at the table of 12 has 20 contacts, that's 240 contacts total. If you come to that table with 0 contacts, that means you want to talk to the 240 contacts that are there, and you're bringing nothing. Doesn't work that way. Visibility. Your job, your money, your resources, the visibility, but you also got to be visible. Look here, man. Moving around creates visibility. And whether you're out in front or whether you're behind the scenes, whether you're on stage or whether you're Quincy Jones and in this mug, you need to be visible. People need to know your name. You need to have wills and some sort of influence. And last thing, you got to be useful. Utility. If you're not useful, that means if you're not being used, that means you're not useful. Those are the principal tenets of high value. Okay. And Lord Bison, what's going on, fam? $120,000 a year. Again, and Charles Faulkner would tell you 6 figures back in 1985 when this thing became the standard. Minimum wage was $3.35 an hour back when this 6-figure thing became the gold standard. If we adjusted $100,000 in Dallas, Austin, Houston, San Antonio, Atlanta, those cost of livings, if we took $100,000 in 1985 and jumped it to 2020, you're talking close to $225,000. So I am giving, or $250,000. I am cutting that in half. I'm giving you a break, giving you 120. Because I want to be able to fit, because that's where the top 10% of earners, as far as men, come into the conversation. See, but funny, if 10% of men earn 6 figures or more, what percent of women do you think earn 6 figures or more? Less than 6%. And one thing that I seem to hear from women more often, Julian Brown, what's going on, fam? Congratulations on being a new member. One of the things I hear lamented more, especially from wominists, feminists, equality seekers, is, wow, it's really eye-opening that, let me go ahead and read the comment. I want to read the comment because I responded to it. It's amazing. Some women are really just shocked and amazed that their money or their careers rank where they rank with men. Here it is. Where is that comment? Candy wrote, this was very prolific to hear and understand that women that are Henrys, high earners, not rich yet. I'm going to make a glossary of my terms that I use to get people who are familiar with the channel. It'll be a video. That'll be the glossary, and it'll be growing. So when you hear me talk about CIA, FBI, Mark, Hillary, and all these other folks, you'll get it. It'll be in a video by Sunday. It's very prolific to hear and understand that women who are Henrys and just women in general are not valued the same way men are in terms of education and income level. Very insightful. This woman actually wrote that it's prolific to hear and understand now that women who are Henrys aren't valued the same way men are in terms of income and education. Well, ma'am, let me be the first to inform you. If this is the first, welcome to reality. Women have never been valued for their income and education. One, because most of you don't earn on par with men doing the same jobs. See, that whole wage gap thing is a distortion of facts. Women actually earn on par and in many cases more than men when doing the same jobs for the same amount of time. Meaning a woman who's in IT is earning at least what her colleagues are earning, if not more, when adjusted for length of time and job description. The problem with the wage gap is whereas women may be in customer service, clerical, administrative, office work, men are out doing dangerous work and it pays more. So you cannot compare because it is against the law to pay a woman less than a man. So knock that off. So you don't earn what men make. 10% plus of the men, around 10% earn $100,000 more. Less than 5% of the women in this country earn $100,000. As far as education, same thing. Your education only matters in the outcome. So why is this video important? This video is important because it has become ever glaring and obvious that so many women are just confused at understanding that what the men that they say they want. Shout out to the lady that was on the other day, Janae. Women like her can't understand that the men who they want, what those men want. And here's the thing, high value men who have the basic six principles, and anything else is on top of that. I've said it once and I said it again. I've asked these women, what do men like this want? Okay, I'm looking at the like to this. I'm looking at the likes. We have less than 1,000 likes and almost 2,600 people in here. So I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to get the like up, or we go to intermission. Somebody, for $2. Black Ocean is right. Over the road trucking is not bad for women. They pay the same. What do high value men want from women? What do they want from their women after the attraction is there? Somebody write it in there. What high value men want more than anything else. I'm not married. I'm a PhD. I'm not married. I'm a PhD. If somebody could give me a PhD remix, PhD. High value men want cooperation more than anything else from their women. And coincidentally, so do men who don't rank up in high value. Men want cooperation. But high value men in particular need cooperation because they don't need your income or your education or any of that other kind of stuff. High value men need women to be women. And what are the things women are traditionally, what do men who have ends meeting like a mug have always wanted from women? They want their women to be beautiful, feminine, cooperative, submissive, agreeable, inspirational. Understand something? That's what they want. All right, if you come in here typing in all caps, you will get timed out. Feminine, beautiful, inspirational, cooperative, submissive, agreeable, fit, feminine, friendly. You know, all of those things that we were told what a little girl's made of. Okay? That's what they want from women. And if you are a woman who is attractive, you are an adjustable 6 in the face, 8, 9, or 10, because I don't use 7s, and an 8, 9, or 10 in the body, that means you have the attraction component. Then if you're feminine, cooperative, submissive, agreeable, inspirational, you are in the ballpark. You are in the high value man range. And women like that typically do not want for high value masculine attention. Women like that are fielding proposals for multiple high value men. They're being courted by high value men. They have high value male suitors, whether they meet them in the work world, in the regular world, or they actually find them via matchmaker. Trust me, I have plenty of clients or former clients and some current clients who are fielding high value men's proposals, because just like being in Hollywood, when you are at a certain level, your name starts to mean something. So what happens to women who say they want a high value man and the high value men don't want them? Well, I'm gonna be honest, man. High value men don't want low value women. High value men don't want low value women. They don't want losers. And we got to start having a conversation. See, we're often quick to talk about the 300, 400 pound guy living in his mama's basement who's, an incel, MGTOW, Cheetos in his beard, loser. Oh yeah, but there are a lot of women out there who fall into the loser category as well. Uh-oh.
Oh, hell no.
Uh-oh. There are a lot of women fall into the loser category. A lot of y'all fall into the loser category. One of the first things that make women fall into the loser category. I'm sorry, did I say something? What? Oh. What makes you fall into the loser category? Being a little rotund. Yep. Hefty, hefty, hefty. Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy. Hefty, wimpy. Yeah, that's why you can hear a lot of these women talking about, I've dealt with high value men. No. You were a side piece or you were a slump buster in college to guys who went on to become high value. But if you want me to believe that there are men who are 30 plus years old out here kicking it with in the evenings, you got another thing coming. High value grown men. So you can't be high value in your 20s. It starts at least at age 30. Unless you're an exceptional person like Zuckerberg. And even he's questionable. I'm just kidding. But here's the thing. High value men don't have to tip down to losers. They got plenty of people to pick from. But women sexual psychology tells them if one day T, Marcus, or Keith, those are my high value black men, Keith Henry, Marcus, and T. I'm not going to use T's real name because this is actually a person. But T was a high value guy. Well known on campus. Athletic. A god amongst men. But T wouldn't mind. He didn't care. He would kick it with anybody. And a woman's sexual psychology is such that if a man gets lucky and catches Hillary slipping and she decided to give him a little something, he's like, man, I lucked up. But he doesn't automatically think he can qualify to get Hillary or women on her level. The best he may be able to do is she may give him a little bit more just to keep him quiet if he keep his mouth closed. But a woman's sexual psychology is they think they can get men on Marcus's level. So here, why is this a problem? Because it is amazing to me how many women misunderstand what high value men want and overestimate their actual value on the mating and dating market. Now understand something. When you are
Danger zone.
When you are 27 to 35, you're an old woman when it comes to marriage. I am sorry, but but a matchmaker will tell you this. 27 years old is old when it comes to marriage. You've crossed into the territory where you look like an old woman when it comes to marriage. Go talk to the wedding planners. Don't make this about me. But especially when you cross past the wall. And so many women have allowed themselves to fall into the quote unquote loser category and think that they can all of a sudden get high value men based upon their income and education. What are some things that make a woman a loser? Well, come on guys, let's get the likes up or we're going to intermission. We got to get 200 more likes. We got 3 new members and we're going to need 3 more people to throw something in the super chat. Okay. I want you guys to think of it like this. You're the owner of an NFL or an NBA franchise. And you have a player. That came from a good school who on paper has all the marks that it would take to be a Hall of Fame caliber possible talent, but they're raw. What makes somebody a loser? Well, number 1, if they show up to training camp and they're out of shape. All right, let me go ahead and help you. All right, enjoy, Denzel. Bye-bye. No, Naima, when we see somebody come in and say something like that, we don't time them out. We block people like that. Come in here talking about some salacious rumor about me, and you get blocked. That's what we do with those people. Naima, moderators, if somebody come in and mention that, we don't time them out, and I'll see it and I'll block them. But you can block them too. I generally don't let moderators block people, but I won't have people come in here talking about rumors. Anywho, high technique, what's going on, fam? You show up, you left college, and then you show up to training camp out of shape. You know why? What does out of shape mean? That's a lack of respect. Showing up to training camp out of shape is a lack of respect for the organization that drafted you, for the coaches, for the other players. You're basically telling them, take me as I am. It don't matter how much I weigh. I'm here now. And this is one of the biggest ways a lot of women become in the loser category. You out of shape. The average height of an American man in 1960 was 5'9", 5'9.5". He's the same height as he's always been. In 1960, the average weight of an American man was 165 pounds. Correspondingly, an average height of an American woman was 5'4". And the average weight of an American woman back then was 122 pounds. 165 pounds for a man, 122 pounds for a woman. Fast forward 50 years. In 2015, the average height of an American man was the same height, but his weight had ballooned from 165 pounds. He shot up to a whopping 168 pounds. He gained a massive 3 pounds in 50 years. My God, average American men are getting huge. In 50 years, the average American man is packed on 3 pounds. Oh my God, it's a health crisis. It's a health crisis. Yeah, thank you. Look at the picture of your godfathers. I mean, your grandparents. Look at your grandparents. The average American woman, she's still the same height, but her weight has ballooned up to 160 pounds. Shout out to Edward Hyde. The average American woman has shot up a whopping 35 pounds. That's 10% would be 12 pounds. 20% would be 24 pounds. The average American woman has shot up 25% in weight. But wait a minute. What is the average weight of the average American black woman? 180 pounds. The average American woman weighs almost as much as men. And the average black woman weighs more than the average black man of the same height. This makes you a potential loser for high value men, because high value men care very much about the fitness of a woman. Like it or not, ask any matchmaker, dating coach for women, they will tell you that the higher up you go in socioeconomic status, men want women to be smaller. And for women who think I'll just go out and date another race, black men are the most liberal and the most agreeable when it comes to the body shape. All right, so you show up to training camp and you're all right, what's going on, man? Rich. What happened? You show up and you're out of what? You're out of shape. But then you know what, Charles Faulkner? You know what else, Charles Faulkner? Not only do they show up and out of shape, then they got the nerve till they don't even want to practice. You're out of shape and don't want to practice. Why don't they want to practice? Well, guess what? They know it all. I don't want to practice. Why? I played this game before. I know what you men are. I know what you men want. I don't need to learn nothing else. I'm good. You ask the average loser, low value woman what a man wants, and they go, what? What does a man want? What does a man want? Cause they ain't been bothered about learning a man since they discovered they had a vajayjay. And they think that's all a man, and honestly, that's what many low value women think. I'm sitting on what you want. And that's all I gotta do. It don't even matter what package it's in. It can be in a big old, but as long as I'm sitting on it and I got that whop. Right. So they come in out of shape, don't want to practice. And then guess what? You know, as the coach, this person is going to be hard to coach. This person's going to be hard to coach because they don't want to show up to practice. They're already out of shape. Try to teach them something. Try to do anything with them. They ain't trying to hear it. Well, what kind of helpmeet would that make? Oh, but see, they don't want to be helpmeets. See, low value losers want to be partners. Oh, did I say that? Did I say that? Low value losers want to be partners.
That was pathetic.
They want to be partners. They don't want to be coached. When you say I'm the alpha and you're the beta, I need to be valued for my input. I'm out here playing the game. I don't want to be. Oh no. You don't get a chance to. You're not gonna be a nightmare for me to coach. No. They're a nightmare to coach. Out of shape, don't want to practice, can't learn nothing. And what does that do? It is a nightmare for the team. A player like that is a nightmare for the team, destroys team chemistry. So that means if you're a high value man's woman and you're a low value loser, his friends don't like you. His family don't like you. The pets don't like you. The coworkers don't like you. Bringing a player like this onto your team will destroy your franchise. So, high value men look at women who could even possibly fall into the category. Let's say, she's been driving through on genetics and has her fitness in order. Nope. Oh, man, we got to get these likes up, man. We got to get these likes up, man. The donations are good, man, but we got to get the likes up, man. We got to get over 1,600. Actually, we should be close to 17, but I'm going to let it go 30 more seconds, and I'm going to hit intermission. We're going to do intermission. All right, imagine this. They're a nightmare to coach. Man, it's like, oh, man, I can't bring this person in my team on the squad because they're going to mess up the team chemistry. Your neighbors don't like them. Think about it. We understand this and on an NBA team or an NFL team. But ladies, this is why a lot of you low-value losers think, especially ones who may not be 200 pounds, maybe you're 160. You thinking, ooh, at least I ain't 200. I look better than whatever. Or, God forbid, they're in shape. But there could be some of you who are low-value losers, and you're an eternal 7. Oh, you know what the eternal 7s are. They're the cutest of the available older single women. See, the 8s, 9s, and 10s get scooped up by age 25. That means the woman who would have been a 7 that I don't use automatically becomes the top of the remaining 20-year-olds. And then next thing she goes from 25, and all of a sudden she's the ish now because all of her 8, 9, and 10 competition have gotten married. And then 2 years later, she's in the danger zone. And year 27, the reality starts hitting her. She feels closer to 30 than she is to 20. Then she gets about 28, then all of a sudden, it starts to dawn on her. I'm not the young thing I used to be. Yeah, I'm a 7, but I have no marital prospects. I don't know how to get along with anybody. I showed up at training camp out of shape. I don't want to practice. I'm hard to coach. I'm a nightmare for the team. Oh my God. Oh my God. And you're sitting there and they look and they're amazed that they have gotten to the loser category. Next thing you know, these people are amazed. These players are amazed when they get cut from the squad. You know, they expect, the contending national champion or Super Bowl champion to cut them. But when they're playing on a team where they feel like they're a franchise player, a woman like this will get cut from an average guy. And then next thing you know, what happens? What happens? They get that reality. They lost a step. They had an injury. They're not as good. They're in that danger zone. You got less career in front of you than you have behind you. You've never won a Super Bowl. You've just been you've been a bust. You've been a bust. You had natural ability. You should have won, Tina. You could have won, Angie, but you're a nightmare. You're a low value loser. Regardless of how much money you make in your education, you are a horrible person to try to play on a team or work with. Why? Because at the end of the day, low-value losers cannot perform. They cannot perform because performing means being a part of a team, being part of a group, playing their role. No, the low-value loser, she wants to be the starting quarterback. You're the starting quarterback as a high-value man, but no. She wants to tell you how to throw the ball. And every time you throw somewhere else, she complains. Oh, who are some of the people I'm thinking of? Terrell Owens, Chad Ochocinco, prima donna wide receivers coming back to the huddle and screaming at the quarterback, man, I was open and blah, 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 blah. Thinking because they want the ball all the time. And this is what so many women have the attitude of a prima donna specialty player that they think they deserve all the attention. They think they deserve to win. But unlike Terrell Owens, who actually practiced and came back through injury. Unlike Chad Ochocinco, who actually could perform in the game, one person stands at the top for being the prototypical poison pill in the locker room, even though I think he got a lot of undue bad press. But for the sake of this, Allen Iverson. It's just practice. His talent will always be forever smarred with that it's just practice. And that attitude is what happens to so many low-value loser women. It's just a few pounds. It's just being a little masculine. It's just being disagreeable. It's just being argumentative. It's just being combative. And what do they ultimately have to offer against all of the downsides that come with this low value loser mindset? I got that WAP. Yeah. How do I get rid of all the bad I bring to the table? The value they think they have or what they're sitting on. And when they find out that it don't matter no more. When Tory Lanez is pew-pewing you in the foot. When you're Brittany Renner and now all of a sudden your loose sexual attitude. Oh yeah, another low value loser. Things comes up. You got a high body count. Women who are extremely sexually liberated and they talk about it. Now understand something. Me personally, I don't care as much about this, but I'm going to tell you what men in general think about it. No man wants to marry a woman who's known for being for the streets. If you're known for being out here kicking it with Amber Rose on that walk, if you're known for being loose with your body, you are forever a low value loser. You have automatically kicked. Yep. Mm-hmm. Well, what about there are non-black women who could be porn stars and they don't marry high value men. They may marry rich men, but they don't marry high value men. They don't marry men they don't marry men who. Show me a porn star that married a CEO of a Fortune 2000 company. They become call girls and escorts. They may at best they'll marry an athlete or a musician. They never can marry a man who people take seriously. Yep. And what ends up happening, Charles Faulkner? What ends up happening, Jessica? Black Wolf, what ends up happening? El Boyd, what ends up happening?
Danger zone!
They have crossed the wall. They're at 30 years old and they full impact into the wall. They're no longer the young 22-year-old, 23-year-old that everybody was trying to get in bed. Everybody used to let in the VIP. At 25 years old, she could feel it starting to creep in on her because the new 21-year-old model was coming out. And at 26, 27, she had to stand in line with the rest of the women. And at 30 years old, guys are saying, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. 30 is the wall for all women and it's biological. Because by 30 years old, if you are single, unmarried, and no prospects as an attractive 30-year-old woman, the world thinks you're crazy, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Because somebody should have married you by that time if you weren't. But ultimately, the world assumes that you have the low-value loser. You can be an attractive woman and be a loser. You can be an attractive woman and you can be a loser, and you can also be unattractive and be a loser. Because there's always some sort of social awkwardness, some sort of in the programming that does not allow for women like this to pair bond and successfully mate, match, and move on with men. Men in general, but then it's amazing that especially cute women in this category, they tend to think because I look at what I see in the mirror, I should be able to get a high value man. And they're shocked when high value men laugh at them. Like, what? I mean, now understand, at least for the unattractive or the overweight ones or whatever, they know physically that they can't really get a high value man's attention. But the adjustable sixes, they can still, through their mid-30s, deal with high-value men, meaning you can become a forever side chick. Until this happens. Jessica X, you know what happens to them? This is what happened, Jessica X. They dealing with the high-value man, right? Next thing you know, a year, 18 months into it, they start trying to press, hey, we got good chemistry, we got good vibe. I just want to know, I like you, I know you like me. We have crazy, interactions. I want to know where this is going. He's like, oh, nowhere. It's always been, just this. I mean, I enjoy our time, but you knew when we started that I wasn't looking for that. You know what they do, Jessica X? Instead of getting, they shouldn't have got involved with him for the begin with. They thought they had one more trick left. They thought they could go ahead and pull a lever, push the button, and eject, and they was going to secure this high value man with that WAP. They didn't realize that he ran back and ran the catvacs and did all the background and said, no way, she'll be an eternal side chick. And she knows she's an eternal side chick, but the reality is, Jessica X, she got no opportunity. She's got no prospects. This is the best she's ever going to get. She's dealing with Marcus. She's dealing with T because she's in her late 20s, early 30s. This is it. After this one, there will be no more. He's single, no kids. Oh my God. Then they start to get desperate. And instead of just not dealing with him to begin with, no, they hang in there a little bit longer. And then what happens? You know what happens, Jessica? This is what happened. Hey, I need to talk to you. I told you when we first started dating that I thought you were incredible. I thought we could have some fun together. I've enjoyed our time together, but I'm going to have to cut it off. This is it for us. Whoa, what happened? They've been cut. You've been given your waivers. Remember those NFL things, your training camp, and they would say, the coach wants to see you, bring your playbook. Jessica, Jessica, you may not know this. And Black Wolf, that's what they tell him. Hey man, coach want to see you. Bring your playbook.
Oh my God.
Bring your playbook. Oh, let me get the close up. They tell you, coach want to see you. Bring your playbook. What? You say, bring your playbook. Yeah. No. Go ahead. No. Leave your cell phone right there. Bring your playbook though. Coach want to see you. Next thing you know, they're telling you, hey, thank you for your time with the Cowboys. Good job. But see, you're not a rookie anymore. People know about you. You have a reputation. When you're a rookie, you still had upside and talent. But when you finally in that, there's no more upside. There's no more ability. There's no more talent. You are out of time. There are no more teams. You're calling your agent, talk about, help me get to another team. And he's like,
hell to the no, to the no. Hell no, to the no. Hell to the no. To the no. Hell to the no.
Hey bro, hell no. I cannot parlay you anymore. Matter of fact, I gotta tell you, I'm gonna have to drop you as a client. Oh snap. Oh, it's all happening, Charles. It's all at one time. Bring your playbook. Dun dun dun, like stun chipmunk. Dun dun dun. Then you getting dropped by your agent, and it's like, oh my God. Then you start calling up all your friends and family and the people who used to be sitting around there. Hey man, let's go out to the club, man. And man, let me drop it. And they're like, bro. All of a sudden, everybody you used to be around, because they was just around for the party. But you've been cut. Your agent dropped you. No more money. Then you look back and you have no relationships, no nothing. You haven't prepared for the future. And all of a sudden, it hits you just like that. All that shit that black guy on YouTube was telling you about. The danger zone and preparing this and such and so forth. And all your little cute butt wasted your time. And now you end up being like Chad Johnson crying, writing letters to NFL teams, trying to get somebody because they're always sorry after they washed up. Oh, I went there, damn it. You always sorry after you washed up. You always sorry after you washed up. Am I not telling the truth?
Kevin, God damn it.
I know I'm telling the truth. I am telling the truth. And then you washed up and it just hit you like this one.
Hadouken!
You can't even get, nobody want to train you no more. Oh man, you to mismanage your money. They repoing your car. Next thing you know, you selling insurance for Allstate. All because of the attitude you brought into training camp. You decided you had all that youth, all that time, all that opportunity, and instead of just learning how to be a good player, how to be a good position player, how to be a good teammate, how to be go into attitude with coach, yes coach, no coach, yes sir, agreeableness, cooperation, submitting to the system, staying in shape, inspiring the fans, doing what you had to do, catching the ball, going into it with a good attitude. No. You wasted your time. And now you're in that,
Danger zone.
And you're panicking. So now this chick is calling up people she used to kick it with back in college or in her early 20s. Hey, big head, how you doing? Hey, big head. Oh, you still married? Oh, okay. How you and your wife doing? Oh, okay. Y'all got it on the third. Okay. All right. Well, all up in people's inbox and DMs. I know who you are, you little thirst bucket, low value loser. Yeah, you. All up in people's inbox. You all on there. You're so trifling. This chick's so trifling. She go to people's LinkedIn trying to holler at folks. But I'm the one breaking up marriages. Knock it off. Knock it off, man. Yeah, I do know it was a lie, by the way. Nobody breaking up no damn marriages. It was a business meeting. I announced it 3 days in advance. Talked about it for 2 days in a row. Get out of here. Back into character. All on LinkedIn. All on Twitter, all in Instagram, all on Facebook, trying to find everybody that who once thought she was cute. But here's the problem. You 45, 60, 80 pounds, you 60, 70 pounds bigger than you were in college. Even the dudes that had something for you, a thing for you in college, the one or two, Reggie and Aaron start looking real good. And it may slide by and they're like, dang, she done put on about 40, 50 pounds. I mean, and next thing you know, you're just running up your body count because all of it's meaningless, motionless, because next thing you know, you get desperate. You got the smell of desperation on you. Worse than Vincent Price talking about Thriller. The funk of 10,000 years is on you. You crawling out of them tombs trying to find somebody like a tick to leech a hold on and ride their ass to the finish line. But ain't nobody having it. And dudes will start telling you, yeah, I used to like you when you was 23, 22, but you nuclear rejected me in front of everybody and not blah, blah. See, next thing you know, it's just over. 25, 27 to 35, you going through men left and right. You swiping left, swiping right on Tinder. You going on all kind of dates. You trying everything. You throwing everything against the wall and nothing seems to stick because you keep bringing the same you to everybody new. And instead of doing the work, you never learned how to do the work because you never wanted to practice. Next thing you know, it gets past the danger zone and you hit 36 years old and you're officially in no man's land. No man's land. 36 to 60. It's over. It is officially over. Your eggs are drying up. They're just sitting up there like, we had a run at it. This is when the baby pack starts. This is when she starts trying to, catching dudes that are loose with their seed. She just, at best right now, this is when women start having babies. They start having babies around 33 to 37 because they know there ain't no husbands coming. They start having babies. That's why you see all these middle-aged women having babies. Oh, yeah, you middle-aged. Yeah, you middle-aged. You old woman for marriage, but you're middle-aged. Start having babies or become, these dog parents, these pet parents. And then they look around and that ain't good enough because if they have a kid, they only going to have one. They're going to probably mess that one up because the only child is a bad thing to do to a kid. But they just don't seem to fit. And remember I talked about the girls' trips and all that other stuff. Matter of fact, that happened last week. I sat down and saw 4. Anyway, told you all them women, hot girls summering it up until they run up their credit. Then they become pet parents or become bartenders with their friend Antoine. All that was at the restaurant last week. And why is all this happening? Because it's these women who will talk to young women and tell you about how bad these high value men are. It's these women who are telling young women men are horrible, men are bad, men are this, men are that, because they got all these horror stories to tell about men. But what they don't tell you young ladies is how they blew through all the good men when they were young and hot, or young and available. What they don't tell you is all the good men that wanted to wife them or marry them when they were 18 to 24. They don't tell you about the men whose heart they broke, the boyfriends who wanted to marry him in college, but they wanted to hold out for the dude that just was a little bit taller, or they didn't want to commit because they so young. They wanted to be like Tony Braxton and wish I'd have had me. They don't tell you about all that. So I'm gonna tell you. Don't in your young years, don't be showing up to practice out of shape. Don't be difficult. Don't learn how to practice. Be a joy to coach. Be a good teammate. Be great for the city. Women like that don't tend to have a problem finding a man. And even if they don't find a husband, they never tend to want for masculine company. And even women like that tend to be in longer relationships. These women who are all these serial daters, why is this a problem? Because these are the women that are always talking this high value stuff later on. Well, now I'm 50 years old and I think I'm cut out for a high value man. Why? Because I work around them. Just because you work around them don't mean you're fit for them. The only thing that makes you fit for a high value man is a company that decided to give you a job. Those men would not be around you if they had a choice. The men that a lot of these women say that they want to be with, they would not be around these women if they had a choice. They got to be around you because you work for the same organizations or you have business to do. Oh, let's get into it. He don't know what he's talking about, girl. If he knew anything, why is he telling me this? I can hear it already. They mad. I know they mad. Because there are a lot of women out there who are low value losers. And the problem with low value losers is they won't admit that they're the reason they lost. They are the reason they lost. They blame their losses on everybody. All right. They blame their losses on everybody. And then only around 40, maybe 40 to 50 do they start saying, well, what's the solution? Are you kidding me? What's the solution?
Money work.
What's the solution?
El mundo quiere dinero.
You need a solution now.
Money work.
You need a solution when you was out there.
Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te la ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos malos buenos y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción, yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
I'm a PhD.
Money world.
I'm a PhD.
Se arregla con dinero.
I'm a
Money world. Corazón.
She's a
De
PhD.
corazón.
She's a
La
PhD.
plata no te hace ser feliz.
Go on, Tierra. With your
De
sexy.
corazón.
Go on, Tierra.
De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money world. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money world. Money world. Money world. Money world. Se arregla con dinero. Money world. Lunes. Lunático.
What's the solution? What's the solution? What's the solution? There is a solution. Life is not over 30. It's not over. But you gotta do something you've never done before. You gotta humble yourself. You gotta humble yourself because here's the solution. Say it with me, ladies. I need a man. You need a man. I've said it before and I say it again. Women cannot, in a state of nature. See, when I ask this question, women never answer it truthfully. In a civilized world, women can live by themselves. But in a state of nature, women can't live alone. Women cannot live alone. Women cannot live alone. You need a man. And it's time for a lot of you ladies to start admitting that. Money World. Panafro. I don't know how to pronounce that. I want to hear Ike's song.
I am the king and will not be. I am the king and will not.
Uh-oh, shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. King of the Manosphere in the house out there doing this thing out in Africa. What's going on, fam? Yeah, I need to go ahead and admit it. Y'all need to go on over to O'Shea and send up O'Shea. O'Shea. Yeah, girl. What's wrong? You're right. I've been out here sandling it up. I've been out here weaving it up, and I can't find. I'm an attorney and I'm a PhD, but I can't find no man. What am I supposed to do? Well, first thing you need to do is take off the weave and take off them sandals. Yeah, I like my weave and my sandals is tight. No, men don't want the weaves or sandals, sis. You gotta take off the weave and the sandals. Start weaving it up. Start sandling it up. If I get rid of the weave and the sandals, then am I going to find me a high value Boaz so I can sip mimosas all day? No. At best, you're going to find a regular dude and you're going to have to go 50-50. 50-50? With all this, I got a 62-inch butt. Yeah, now you may have to go 70-30. Dudes, I don't want fat dudes. I don't want fat chicks. So I got to get rid of the weave and the sandals. And I got to go 70-30? Yes. Yep. Cause you 75 years old. I mean, in dog years. Got to be on the screen, people. You got to be on the screen. Shout out to O'Shea. Y'all decide to weave it up and sandal it up, Ain't my fault. Weave and sandals. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get the participants. Gallery view. Nick Jones. Oh wow, Nick Jones. No, no,
Can
you
you
can't.
hear me?
You can't be on YouTube now. Are you on YouTube?
No. It
Okay.
just
What you got
populated
for
on
me?
the
What you got for
listen.
me?
You are completely correct, Kevin. I am an example of that.
Okay.
So, ladies, you guys got to listen to what Kevin's saying. Run, eat healthy, eat right, get a mind that makes some kind of sense. Stop being so combative. It'll get you pretty far.
So, they ain't gonna think I paid you to say that.
No. Well, first of all, can you please accept me into your Facebook group? I'd love the conversation. But no.
Okay. When did you actually apply?
Like I believe like a month ago. But I recently just resubmitted it
Yeah,
again.
there are like 1,600 people waiting to get in. There's a lot of people waiting to get in. So, how old are you?
I'm 29 years old.
29. So, what are you doing to fix? What are you doing to actually? Do you want to be married?
Well, I am.
Okay, cool. Cool. There we go. Listen to the married woman. There you go. Let me do this. I'm going to unmute Wilda because I want to try to talk to the women who are in a little distress, but I appreciate you calling in, and I'll check for you in the group. Okay?
No problem. Thanks, Kevin.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I am the king and will not be denied. Wilda. What, girl, what's going on here? Are you...
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Are you on YouTube?
Hi.
Are you on YouTube?
I'm not.
What you got for me?
Well,
Question?
hi. What's up?
Hi.
Hi, Kevin. So I'm talking to Kevin.
Yes. How are you?
Well,
oh my goodness.
Well, actually, I don't get it.
You don't get what?
What's wrong? Well, actually, I hear my voice double. First of all, I'm French.
Okay, well, you probably have YouTube playing in the background. You need to close that down.
Oh, I get it. Okay, got it. Wait. How do I do that now?
RB,
so I guess
breakthrough.
I'm going to have to call you back.
I'd appreciate your help in setting up my call-in shows, but sure thing, man. Yeah, come back. All right, so... Sure, RB. Cool, man. Let me... RB the breakthrough, everybody. See, Shaquille, y'all need to be like Ike. That's right, man. Be like Ike. Man, see, the sad thing is, ladies, many of you have passed the age. If you're 25 or under, you need to... If you're 22 and under, you need to be trying to find a husband right now. You don't want to be out here. See, after college, a lot of women don't realize that your access to men starts to dwindle. And this whole high value thing, that's just another way of saying, for a lot of women in general, black women in particular, high value is just another way of saying, I want to be lazy. Let me also say this too. High value men don't like low value women, because at the end of the day, a lot of low value women are lazy. Lazy women. Men do not want lazy women. Everything I read off as far as the criteria, out of shape, don't like practice, hard to coach, nightmare for the team. They don't perform. Why? Because ultimately they're lazy. Nobody wants a lazy partner. Nobody. What's going on here? See, I want to see this drop. It seems like it may be having some problems here. I am the king and will not be denied. There we go. Nobody likes a lazy woman, man. Nobody wants a lazy woman. And if that's too much for you guys to tolerate or accept, that's fine. And it still ain't gonna happen. So if you're a lazy woman and you've been lazy all your life, and you think you're gonna get out and go get a man who's driven, motivated. See, that's why far too many women are difficult. If you fall for women who fall into the low value loser category, because you got too much time on your hands. See, women who are getting up in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning at the gym, and putting in an hour or so at the gym, and staying in shape, and are busy women typically don't have time to sit there and let themselves go crazy. But a lot of you ladies out here are just lazy. Laziness is one of the biggest problems. And you think you're gonna go ahead and how do you get in? Here's the call-in line. And one of the biggest problems is a lot of if I can talk to the sisters for a minute, far too many sisters are just lazy. And see, a lot of you ladies think a high value man is your ticket to the easy life. And I'm gonna tell you, the older you get, the harder it is for a man to sit there and look at you seriously. Look, if he can find you young, he don't mind. The men who can find women young, they don't mind marrying younger women and sitting them down. But if you're 30 plus years old, you've been working for the last 5 to 7 years, hey man, you're gonna be working. You're going to be working. And that bothers a lot of women because it bothers a lot of, in particular, I'm surprised at how many black women it bothers because for some reason, black women have really bought into more so than any other group, have bought into the Disney myth that, and I get married, then all of a sudden, I can just take it easy and I don't have to do nothing. Oh no. When you are married, you're going to have to work harder than you ever did because you're going to have to work to keep your man. See, if you become a high value man's wife, first, he's not going to just allow you to sit there and eat bonbons while he's going out. You're going to have to, you're going to have to earn your keep. That's why I asked the other young lady, what do you want? What are you willing to do to get it? And here's the thing. The question is, what do you bring to the table? And what are you willing to do to earn your keep? Your microphone's not connected. Power couple. There's no such thing as a power couple. Power couple is a big myth for a lot of black folks. Power couple, honestly, in black America means a woman who typically does not want to submit. She wants to be a partner. Unmute yourself. Hello? Hello?
Yes, hello?
How old are you?
Oh, I'm 31.
Okay, what can I do for you?
No, I was saying you were saying women in their 30s, they consider old, but
yes,
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, hold on. I said you consider old for what?
As old as a person that's getting, men of a certain stature.
No. I said you're old for marriage.
Like marriage per se.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. But maybe because I look younger, I look really younger than my age.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
But I don't think 30s is like the end all of it all.
Okay, how's that working out for you?
I mean, it works out well for me.
Okay, when are you getting married? What's your fiance's name?
I still have some things.
What's your fiance's name?
No, because I feel like
What's your boyfriend's name?
Huh?
What's your boyfriend's name?
His name is Anthony.
Anthony. How long you been together?
A little while.
How long's that?
I say a year.
Where'd you meet him?
A party.
What's his last? Anthony. You met him at a party. How tall is he?
He's really taller than me.
No. What? How tall
I'm
is
like,
he?
he's like 7 feet.
7 feet. Oh, okay. So you just gonna straight up lie to me, huh?
No, he
Yeah,
is
yeah.
7
No,
feet.
okay. I'll play the game with you. You got a 7 foot tall boyfriend named Anthony, right? Mm-hmm. And why ain't Anthony married you yet if you've been together for a year?
I still need to get some things in order because I
Like
do
that
take care of
room?
him. Well, I work a lot, so that's why my room look like this.
I work a lot too. My room is pretty neat. I guarantee you I'm busier than you. Ma'am, here's the thing. Here's what I don't do. I don't do the lies, ma'am. So we can talk, but you're gonna tell me a man is 7 feet tall. I'm gonna treat you with the same amount of respect you take to my show. You wanna do this, start this over, or you wanna go down this path? What you wanna do?
First of all,
No, there's no first of all. I'm just asking you to be honest.
and I am being honest, and
Okay,
he
what
really is
is
that
he?
big.
And how old is he?
He's 45.
7 feet.
Mm-hmm.
What size shoe?
His shoes, I think it's like he wears like these big sizes, like I think it's like a 10 or 11, something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. When's the last time you bought your man a pair of shoes?
It's been a while.
Mm-hmm. Wow. How long ago?
I say since his birthday last year.
When is that? What month?
Mm-hmm.
What month?
October.
Right. Well, let me go ahead and tell you, ma'am. If a man is 7 feet tall and wears a size 11 shoe, he would fall over. So here's what I'm gonna do for you, okay? Did you have a question, or did you just want to call on my phone and lie?
No, I'm just saying. I have a question.
Yeah. What is it?
Why do you feel a woman in her 30s can't get married?
Women are old at 31. Marriage is a young woman's game. I didn't say you could not get married. I said you're old for marriage. But the better question is, why aren't you married?
Because at the time when I was young, I wasn't really thinking about it. It wasn't really on my radar.
And you're 31 and you're a woman now, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the problem now?
I mean, I was just not raised to like rush it or
Rush it. What'd your father think about it?
he don't really care if I am married or I'm not.
Oh, really? So that's kind of unusual. A father doesn't care what his daughters do.
You know, he kind of feels like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, don't.
Y'all see what I'm talking about? All right. Well, I hope you and your 7 foot tall boyfriend. What do you do? Did you go to college?
Yes, I do go to college.
Oh, you do now.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I just finished getting my associates, and I'm about to get my bachelor's in nursing.
Okay. What have you been doing What have you been doing since graduation from high school, though?
I do a lot of social work. Right now, I'm
You do
working
social work, or
with
you get what?
social work.
Well,
Right
how have you
now,
how have you earned a living?
do social work. I help youth. I help youth. I help youth in finding, employment, housing, and that. I help them get off the streets. I do a lot of advocacy with
A lot of what?
women who
A lot of what?
advocacy.
Advocacy?
It's something yes, advocacy with women who's just coming off the street. Especially dealing with
All right. Do you have any children?
human traffic. No, I don't.
All right. Thank God for small miracles. Do you ever plan on getting married?
I mean, I do plan on getting married, but it's just like, it's not like a rush to get there.
So why'd you ask me this question?
Because, like, I want to know, like, why do you feel that way?
Because I said it in the broadcast. You're old for marriage. What age do you think a woman should get married?
I mean, a woman.
What
can
age
get
do you
married
think a
when
woman should get married? Just give me the age.
I wouldn't say there's a specific age.
I want to know. Not there's a Pacific Ocean, not a Pacific age. What age do you
I
think
mean,
the
when she
average
feels
woman
like
should?
she's
What
ready.
age do you feel like the average woman should get married, ma'am?
I say possibly no later than her mid-30s.
Ma'am, do you realize that's still not an age?
I say about 35, 36.
35 or 36. That's still not an age. We'll take 35. So you think the average woman should get married at 35? Then how are we gonna have children? Because she gets married at 35 and she got pregnant on her wedding night. The first child will be born by age 36. You think a bunch of women should be having high risk pregnancies, bringing children into the world?
How's that high risk pregnancy?
Excuse
My
me.
mother saw my
I mean, you're a
brother in
woman. You're a female. I'm sorry, but high risk pregnancy starts at age 35. You have
Well, I'm
old
sorry, but
eggs
I've
at
seen a
35.
lot of people
You
have
have,
babies,
oh, Jesus Christ. This
a
is
lot of
sad. This is
babies
really
at 35,
sad.
36.
This is really sad. When's the last time you went to the OBGYN?
I just been to a BGY, and like I
And what,
said,
hold
I know
on,
a
and
lot of
what
people.
age do they tell women they need to have their children before high risk?
That's what they say. But
At
I've
what
seen
age should a woman have her children before high risk pregnancy starts?
they say in her 30s.
No, in her
But like
30s.
I
What age does
said,
high
I've
risk
seen
pregnancy?
women
Don't you
in
try
her
to overtalk me with that. Well, you can't overtalk me. Unmute yourself. You will not overtalk me. Try that shit with somebody you think is 7 feet tall. Good Lord. Unmute yourself. Now,
I'm saying that I've seen
your
women in
doctor,
their 30s
ma'am.
have
I don't
children.
ask you what you say. I'm asking you what the medical professionals, the people who are paid to know, not you and your opinion. What age do they say high risk pregnancy starts for the average woman?
31.
35. And
About
you say
31,
that the average
32.
woman should start getting married at 35. Think about what you just said. And you said you're going to school to be a nurse?
Yeah, and
You said you're going to school
my
to be
mother
you
had
said
two
you're
kids
going to
at
school. I don't
35.
ask about you and your look at ma'am. I'm trying to be polite. But I'm not asking about you and your family. I'm talking about women in general. Didn't you say you're going to be a nurse?
Yes.
So you think it would be healthy as a medical professional to tell women to get married at 35 and start having children after 35?
There's a lot of women that have children after
God damn it,
35.
can you answer the question I asked you, not the stupid shit you want to say? Yeah, kick rocks. Enjoy with yourself. I'm gonna give you one.
Whatever. So you saying?
I'm
so you
saying at
that
35, ma'am, high risk pregnancy
all the
starts.
women
No,
that I
lady, I'm
know
not.
that-
Okay, you can't overtalk me. I'm saying that you can have your own opinions. That's fine. They can. Your opinions are just as valid as mine. They're uninformed, but if women wait till that late, if a woman gets married at 35 and gets pregnant at 35, her first child will be graduating from high school at age 53. If she has 3 children and have them back to back, she'll stop having kids at 40. See, what it is far too many of you black women are just immature. Far too many black women are just immature. And unfortunately, you've made a mess of your life. A lot of women have not done anything. Since high school, you've just been muddling around with no direction, no leadership, like a bunch of grown damn teenagers.
I have leadership. It's just that I've been busy
Right,
working.
ma'am. I'm trying to be nice, ma'am. I really am. But if you just finished your associates at 31, you should have finished that at 20. What have you been doing for the last 10 years? When everybody else in the world has been getting their life on track and moving forward, at 31, you should be telling young women not to do, not sitting up here sounding like one.
So because I got
Okay,
my,
do you and your boyfriend live together?
What I've done?
Do you and your boyfriend live together?
No, we don't.
Who do you live with?
Right now, I take care of my father.
You live with your father?
Mm-hmm.
Where's your mother?
She lives with her husband in some other state.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and help you out of here. Let me go ahead and just. How old is your father?
My father's in his 50s.
60s?
Yep. 50s.
When's the last time you lived on your own?
When I was in my 20s.
When was the last time you lived on your own? What age?
I think I was like 25 then.
25. Was the apartment in your name?
Yes.
So you got
But
a
not
7
my
foot
dad.
tall boyfriend for a year, and you're living with your 60-year-old father.
Yes.
Okay.
He needs somebody to help him out.
Uh-huh. Ladies, don't be this.
And I.
Oh my God. Now, she didn't have any idea she was on camera looking crazy, sounding crazy. I got a 7 foot tall boyfriend. Wears a size 10. Woo-wee. Just. No, she's not mentally challenged. No, that's just what you call lazy. Not mentally challenged. That's just lazy. See, we call it. See, we got to get real. If that were a man, y'all would call him a loser. See, if you're a man over 25, living at home, not really gainfully employed, there's a word. It's called loser. And we don't use it often with women, but we're going to have to bring it back because there are far too many women out here who are losers. Straight up losers. And the problem with women that are losers is they still demand what women who are out here who aren't losers. Ladies, you should be mad at me. You should be mad at women out here being losers, demanding what you're out here, who out here working is demanding. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Do. Hello? I mean, seriously. I mean, do you guys ever pay attention to, I mean, I read people for a living, but hair all over your head, just no grasp of facts, or just Unmuted me? Go ahead. Unmute yourself. Hello.
Hi. Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm doing good.
Lord have mercy. What's going on?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So I called just to get your advice on my current situation.
Go ahead.
So basically, obviously I do want to get married. I'm aware that I haven't reached the danger zone yet because I'm not
Jessica.
27, I'm 25. Yeah.
You want to get married?
Yeah, I want to get married. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I do want to get married. I want some advice on what you would suggest for me. What do you think would be best for me to do? So where to go, how to initiate it, because okay, so I'm well aware of, you can go to certain places and meet people, but I prefer to meet people within my social circle. I don't know if that's going to be a detriment to me when I'm trying to find someone, but I prefer to be around them for a certain period of time and just watch them, get to know them.
Why?
Because then you almost get to analyze somebody's natural character. And I think it's easier to meet somebody that way rather than the initial approach. It's something that I'm uncomfortable with because I haven't done it before. I think that's
okay.
what it is.
All right. So I understand the comfortability that comes with meeting somebody from your social circle. But that also is a limiting factor because you only have your social circle to pull from. Agreed?
Yeah.
So what is it you're trying to avoid with this social circle thing?
Oh, okay, so I want somebody that's I'm trying to avoid unintelligent. I'm trying to avoid time wasters. I'm trying to avoid people who are just looking for like flings or relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think it's better to get to know somebody in your social circle, because then you have these discussions naturally and you can kind of find out what they're about.
Well, let me push back on a couple of things on that. Social circles organically, yes, but not social circles where attraction becomes an issue. The movie When Harry Met Sally, you remember that?
No.
There's a movie from the 90s with Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan. And the premise goes that men really can't be friends with women they're attracted to. And there's some truth to that. So let's say you met Daryl or Keith in the social circle, okay? If he's attracted to you, the chances of him actually telling you, acting the way he would act, if he wasn't attracted to you, are slim to none. Meaning,
don't you think? Oh, sorry.
Meaning you're going to still meet his. Meaning you're still going to likely meet his representative. What I think I'm hearing you say is you want to minimize time wasting, and have a better, not necessarily a guaranteed outcome, but the certitude of at least interacting with a certain kind of person. If it doesn't turn into something long term, that the interaction wasn't a waste.
Yeah.
Matchmaker.
I feel. Okay, sorry.
Matchmaker.
What, go to a matchmaker?
You won't or you will?
Oh no, I was saying, are you suggesting I go to a matchmaker?
Yes, because one, your social circle is going to be limited by how wide you can cast your net. But the guys that are caught up in that net, once they see you and you see them, you're going to meet a man's representative. Even in these social circles, I've worked plenty of rooms, and I've actually been in this position. And I've seen other people in that position. The chances of meeting somebody really up front is going to be difficult. Here's the problem. Here's the ultimate thing too. In a long-term relationship is when you really get to know somebody. That's why it shouldn't take that long to get married, because you only can know so much about a person before you have to commit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let's say you had a boyfriend and everything on paper checked out, right? And everybody you trusted said he came back with a clean bill of health, right? How long would it take before, if he wanted to get married, how long would it take before you would marry him?
I'd say a couple of years.
See, and that's a problem, Jess. I gave you the best case scenario. He came back with a clean bill of health. And everybody that you trusted said he came back with a clean bill of health. But yet, that's still not good enough. You want 2 years.
This is the thing. I feel like, again, when you said you meet somebody's representative,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like somebody could put on almost a facade for a year.
They could. But you know what? You'll never know what it is until you're actually married and living with that person. It is a risk. I mean, and the thing is, I gave you the best case scenario. And it's still, well, I'm cautious. I want to wait. So I would say I would I would address that. Why you feel like you need to wait, or why are you so cautious? What are you
because
trying?
I want to make.
Go ahead.
Sorry. No, I want to make sure it's the right decision. If I'm going to be with someone,
There's no way to make sure.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no way to make sure. It's a risk. The best you could see. That's why when I tell people 6 months, they're like, "Oh my God, I need 2 years." I'm like, let me give you a different example. Okay. Let's say I'm out and I don't know what the laws are over there, but let's say I'm out and about and I'm just taking photos, and it's legal. I can photograph in your area, right? And let's say the police come up to me and say, "Hey, what are you doing?" "I'm just taking photos. It's legal over here, and I'm just videoing this building." "Well, let me see your ID." And let's say by law, I don't have to give them my ID like in this country. The police will still sit there and ask you for your ID over and over and over and over again. And then you ask the cop a question. What is me giving you my ID going to tell you? Well, we'll know who you are. But will that tell you whether or not I'm a terrorist, a bomber, whether I have ill intent? The information will only give you that. You cannot ascertain anything. In other words, the police just have to let it happen. We cannot do pre-crime. We cannot do clairvoyance. You got to take a risk. But
I get it.
But you don't want to take a risk. Why?
Because it's too risky, which sounds stupid, but
no. Well, what do you? Okay, so we can do this. So, are you afraid to fail?
I like success. You know, if I do something, I want to succeed at it.
Okay, so
I want it to be the best it can be.
But, what are some of the things you're good at in life?
Ooh.
Well, academically, what was your best subject?
Okay, academically, I'd say probably maths or English.
Okay, did you get an A+ on every paper? Did you get every problem right in geometry, trig, calculus? I mean, geometry, trig, or algebra?
No.
No. And tell me, did you learn more from the answers you got correct, or the ones you got wrong and had to figure out how to get it right?
The wrong ones.
Well, if that holds in mathematics, why can't it hold in life?
Because I'm making a lifelong commitment.
Right. But you can only have so much information up front.
I get what you're saying. So basically, my mentality is holding me back because I'm saying I want to wait 2 years, but you're saying somebody could show a different self at any time.
Right.
So you're better off taking the risk.
And the kind of men you would likely be attracted to are not going to wait 2 years. They want to get on with life. Let's say you met Keith. Keith would want to be married and into the first child. There's a whole lot of life. There's 2 holidays that have gone. There's a lot of stuff that's gone versus waiting for 2 years. I get it. Relationships are a risk today. More so than before because people seem to jump in and out of them casually. And marriage is no guarantee that someone's going to stay. I get it. But there's no way to ever, but that's always been there. The best you can do is, my opinion, vet well, have people around you that you trust enough to substitute their judgment for your own. And a lot of my high value clients, they work with matchmakers to eliminate risk. And effectively, Jessica, this is what it turns into be. It's almost an arranged marriage. Love comes later. Would you be willing to do that? Love comes later. Even attraction is negotiable. Uh-oh.
Oh.
I know, but that's the truth, sis.
See, I could if somebody is decent looking, right? Then I could do that, but not if somebody's unattractive. I don't think I'd be able to.
Well, I hear you. Um, and I was actually talking with a colleague earlier today, and it is amazing when I talk when I okay, how do I want to put this out here? I have in my life I have dealt with lots of rich and wealthy people, and a woman I dated after my divorce. She was married to a supremely wealthy guy, and she shared with me in her close to 20 years of marriage, she had more eruptions in the one night with me than she had in her entire marriage. It gets worse physically. And I asked the question. She's like, he was smaller than normal, to where they had to use accessories. Okay.
Oh wow.
Let me finish. And he would often finish quickly. So her life was, she had to end up pleasuring herself. So I asked her, I was like, did you ever cheat on him? Never. Never. And her life, the 3 children she raised, the house they had, and all this other kind of stuff, she didn't leave him. He left her. He divorced her. And I asked her, why did you stay? He's like, well, okay. Men of power and means, that's really, it's a woman's sexual pleasure has always been, it's not a requirement for reproduction. How about that? A male eruption is required for reproduction. A female isn't. So we have westernized views on relationship and attraction, but it limits a lot of our women who could, honestly, in times past, let's be honest, it's not uncommon for men in their late 30s and 40s to be able to marry the young, beautiful the village virgins. They'd be presented to the men of means, right? That's the way our society has become. Now we have it to where people around the same age take a myriad of factors into consideration. But at the end of the day, it's all a risk. I get it. You don't want to marry somebody you're not sexually attracted to or you're physically unattracted to just because they have means. That's where a matchmaker comes into place. You can actually get some of the things you can have the things you need to understand, the things you need versus what you want, and then what you're willing to compromise on. And I say it's better to compromise on wants instead of needs.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So, okay, I could look into the matchmaker thing.
Matchmakers are actually a really a good idea, because a man using a matchmaking service, I mean, these things are not inexpensive either. And matchmakers go through a serious vetting criteria, because me as the person paying 5, 10, 15, as much as $50,000 for a certain amount of matches, I'm paying to make sure that they've done their homework on you, and that even if it didn't work out, it's not a waste of time meeting you, right?
Yeah.
That's really the best case.
Because to me it seems hard, right?
What? It's
Even
harsh?
It seems hard.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, I think, would it be easier for me to get back with my ex and do that instead rather than meet somebody else?
Well, it depends on why you and your ex broke up.
And that's the thing. That's why, I think it might be an easy option, because it wasn't anything really. I think we'd just been together for a long time.
Well, you know me, I often tell people to go back to their exes.
That's my thing, because it's crazy, because when people say, why did you split up? I can't really say anything. It's not like anything terrible happened or there's like a huge flaw in him. We were just together since we were young, and I was like, okay,
Well, Jessica,
I just want
you've
to
heard
be on my own for a bit. That sounds
you've
bad,
heard
I
women
know.
you've heard women call into my show who, again, that was one of my most watched shows. You won early. See, I know. I can tell that story well because I've seen it. I know lots of women who won early. I'm talking about high school. And 50% of them blew it, and the other 50% are still married to this day, 30 plus years into marriage. And that's how it's supposed to be. But we've told people in the West that if you get married too soon, you're going to miss out. And you're going to be like Tony Braxton. I wish I'd have had more sex in my 20s, which is dumb for a 52-year-old woman to actually say in public. But if you can't say that there was anything wrong, and he was somebody that you were with for an extended period of time, you know him.
Yeah.
Let me also say something to you too. The way I tell people you need to pick someone is based upon, right now you're picking the best case scenario. You're both perfectly healthy. What happens if unfortunately Jessica is injured in an accident? Is it called the subway or the tube? What is it? What's it called?
The tube.
And you're paralyzed from the neck down. Would your ex actually take care of you for the rest of your life?
I think he would.
Is that the kind of person he is, that he would actually, say, this is my wife and I'm having to take care of her, paralyzed from the neck on down?
I think he would. Yeah.
Then don't walk, run back to your man.
Okay.
That's pretty goddamn easy. That's an easy problem. Everything else can be negotiated after that point. See, this often happens when we're younger too, because you're younger, you're attractive, life is out there. But if you listen to my show, there are plenty of women who are like, oh my God, they're coming to grips with the fact that they had opportunities with men and nothing was particularly wrong, but it wasn't particularly just butterflies and right. And they don't have that opportunity anymore. And, I would say that's a conversation that you and he need to have, because that's what life comes down to. Who's going to be there for you through cancer or high blood pressure, diabetes, broken leg, COVID, not just the trips to Fiji and, hot, all that stuff. That stuff ends. Got it, sis?
I got it.
All right.
I got it. Thank you, Kevin.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
All right. To the person who called in before, you can call back. Her London. That was Jess. All right. I got time for another call or two. Look. What I told her was, I've seen it too much. You better believe if people over 40 are getting married, no one's falling in love. They're not falling in love. People are making arrangements, making deals. That's why I said, if you're over a certain age, let's make a deal. You need, as a man, as a woman, you need to ask yourself, what do you need from a man? And conversely, as a man, the most important thing I learned to ask, not what do I want? What do I need? And as a high value man, if you're trying to be a high value man, a man who can have anything, what do you need? And I will tell you, I have been the kind of guy who could pretty much get a woman if I wanted her. There have not been many women in my life that I said I wanted that I did not have a shot at. I'm not going to say that I'm 1,000%, but I'm pretty good closing average. But that's a problem, because ambitious men like myself, we like the challenge and the chase. But that's not what it's all about. My next woman, if I were to get married again, it would be a woman that I would need. I would be getting married for a need. I want to have additional children, so I need a woman who's going to be a good wife and a good mother, because I want to raise if I had more children in my house and do it that way. Or if I decided I wanted to get married, I would need a woman for a different purpose. And we have taken that away from dating and mating, saying that we don't need one another. That's bullshit. If you're if you intend to be a high value man, you will need a woman. There is an air of respectability that wives imbue a man. I didn't make the world, guys. I didn't make the rules. There is an air of responsibility that children infer upon a man. And certainly for women, unattached women, people don't say it as much, but women over a certain age who are unattached, people are looking like, shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. I saw a video he did about a woman called Niecy Nash. Divorced twice. And what did your godfather say? Next thing you know, she married a woman by the name of Jessica Betts, and now she's a bartender. What is a bartender? Bartenders have liquor licenses. Again, I don't want to see a lot of you ladies out there pulling in E.C. Nash, because like O'Shea said, in 3 to 5 years, her and this person are going to be split too. Low value people don't do well with others. Let me explain why I said low value losers. If to be a high value man, you have to have a utility, be useful to the group, right? All right, let's go ahead and put the principles back up, and we're going to end up. I just want to close this out. All right, women don't need the money aspect of value equation. The value equation for women are different. The money, length of time, don't really matter. Group acceptance, there's a portion of that matters, because women can read other women better, and women can tell women who are faking. But as far as her visibility, that's an important part to men, and her utility. A woman's utility to a man. We've just often act like that doesn't exist. Her only utility is sexual. No. Now, when I was in my late teens and my 20s, more men understood that because more people were together. Now in this hookup, dating, the social circle kind of culture, we have lost or misunderstood our utility to one another, which is what is causing a lot of people to have arrested development and not to continue to evolve and mature. I heard a conversation about, married men and men with children versus being single. Look here, man. There are no two ways about it. No one can explain the difference it takes when you're with a woman, living with a woman, married versus single. When it's legal, your mind knows it's legal. And children, there are not enough words in the vocabulary that I could use to explain to some guys. But once your baby grabs your finger, you understand everything that the dictionary does not afford me. There are no words in the dictionary that I could use to put together to explain when your baby boy or your baby girl, when the first time you look at it and they grab your finger, you know what that means. And I feel sorry for the person that gets in between a man and the feeling he has right there. You will kill if you've been there, man, fathers, back me up. There's just something that happens, man. And that does not mean let me step out of that argument. I don't want to get into it. But anyway, we got to have the conversation, ladies. Yeah, there are women that can be losers. And losing is not being useful to the group. At the end of the day, let's say, all right, Kevin, I hear you, but marriage just ain't in the cards to me. It's not going to work. I get it. Relationships, I'm in Anchorage, Alaska, they're no me. You still need to be happy. As a woman, if you're happy, you're more useful. Unhappy women are not useful. No one wants to be around unhappy people, much less unhappy women. So whatever it takes for you to become happy with your current lot in life and the rest of whatever you have as your life, can you just do it? Can you just do what it's going to take to actually make you have a smile in your voice, a lightness about you, an agreeableness, something that just says, man, whenever she comes by, I don't know, man, life is a choice. We don't get to choose what happens to us. We do get to choose how we respond to it. All right, folks, I got to get up out of here. Make sure there's nothing that came through. We're a little bit late. Let me make sure there's nothing came through. Shout out to Jessica. Accent is killing you. Everybody loves her accent. All right, guys, I got to get up out of here. Friday, we're going to discuss this. I'm going to discuss this media takeout thing. And this whole notion of, I'm home wrecking. Come on, man. We got to do better, black people. Black folks got to be able to talk and do business without having people infer anything. I saw somebody in the comment section say, you know what? It's a sad thing that people will take a small bit of information and extrapolate it so much. This is why the black dollar stays stagnant, because we can't build black business, because you can't even meet with people without people trying to understand if you're stealing somebody's. Y'all are crazy. All right, man, I got to get up out of here. Until the next time, peace. We are gone. Hey, April. Good night.
In this moment,
yeah, survivalists, they love drama.
Cannot say what's wrong or right. No. It's not hard to fool me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yeah.
Join me on Patreon. Thank you to all the patrons for making this thing possible. Announcements coming on Patreon this week. I'm going to Monday, Wednesday, Friday to allow me to do more Patreon content. Monday through Friday was just too much. So Tuesday and Thursday, those will be Patreon days. Thank you guys for making the show possible. Learn how to dance, man. Join me on IG, Rap Room. Videos you will only see there. Daily behind the scenes. You saw me today. I was actually out flying the drone, getting drone footage. Check me out on IG. Because when it's up, it's up. When it's gone, it's gone. Email your show information, your show ideas to info@BuyingKevinSanders.com, or go book your one-on-one session at BuyingKevinSanders.com. Go to the scheduling tab. Pick your virtual consultation or whatever service you want to book. Please go to the scheduling tab. Website's having a little work done on it. If you've gone to the other tab, that's cool. Work it out. Oh, shout out. I mean, come on. Respect my inbox, people. Close-up time. Okay, people. Still laughing at 7 feet, right? 7 feet tall. I'm like, 7 feet. night, people.